Hello, everybody. I thought we'd do something a little bit different today. Because you and I were having some really good conversation since this happened. And I wanted to kind of, it's not our usual thing, but thoughts on Paris. We're going to review what happened in Paris. And certainly, I think this is a discussion that's really important. And, and I think a lot of people are sharing a lot of different sentiments. And I really do think we are seeing the best and the worst being brought out in people due to what happened in Paris. So just for context, today is today is Sunday. It's Sunday after the Paris incident. And so it happened on Friday. So Andrew, what are your thoughts on Paris?
I don't know.
Well,
It's sad. I don't think you can expect to go bomb a country and not have some retaliation. I think it's like
Emphasis.
ISIS wouldn't bring the fight to other countries.
I agree, and I think this was one of the conversations, and I think this is part of what I wanted to talk about with you guys, and and discuss, have a conversation about, because I feel like in Western society that we've got a real cake-eating, entitled, distorted way of looking at things, and this in no means is any type of rationalization, trying to make what happened in Paris okay. By any means, that's not what we're trying to do. But what I think has happened to us a little bit here in North America is that we have a really distorted, what made us think that we could go and, keep the fight in their backyard? Like I keep hearing, we've got to go there and, keep the fight in their backyard so they can't bring it to us. But I think that's just right off the bat, I think that's faulty logic. Like, I don't think there's nothing we can do to guarantee safety abroad in terms of retaliation or lashback. I just think, how could we even have thought for a second that things like this wouldn't happen? Like, what kind of fairy tale world are we living in where we can send drones and massacre families at weddings? And I just don't even know. Sure, it would be great. Wouldn't it be great if we could just go send people over there and kill everybody and no one ever do anything here on our soil? What kind of madness is that?
Even if they went now with death squads and killed anybody associated with ISIS, they've got 10-year-old kids, that won't get, killed. That'll just come back in 5 to 8 years, 10 years. They'll never kill them.
I hate...
And they'll hate them even more.
Yeah, and I hate I just hate how the automatic, refrain is boots to the ground. So Hollande has said that his retaliation will be ruthless. Well, what does that even mean? And let's not forget here that France, has been the third in the list in terms of colonizers around the world throughout history. And they had
Paris
a huge...
is a very free melting pot town, so that's what ISIS is all against.
Yeah. Well, and for the stadium, that was two Christian teams or countries, right? Germany and France. That was something. But there's so much wrong with it.
Bomb a country and not expect someone ever.
Yeah, how
we should expect it here.
Yeah.
There's nothing we'll be able to do to prevent it.
Yeah, we should, it's amazing that it's not happening more often. Not that I want it to, or I'm suggesting, or anything like that. But again, we've been, I know for, we're in, Iraq, illegal what? Illegal war. And then we get so mired into it.
And all that,
Well, no, but, well, I mean, this is part of where these vacuums are coming from.
Yeah.
You know, these people have been under occupation for like 10 years. They've watched family members getting killed and everything. And it's totally like a ripe, fertile ground for extremism to come out of.
Yeah.
You know, because, you know, like their infrastructure is destroyed, their day-to-day lives, they can't focus on, you know, like long-term future thinking, because it's just danger, who's going to get killed. So education goes out the window. You know, so then they lose their schools where they can actually get some kind of balance to teaching. All that's left is the religious schools. And, you know, and I mean, and listen, why can't we call a fucking spade a Saudi? When are we going to grow up about all this nonsense? I mean, what the hell? We'll sit and demonize these people while we're allies with country that has already beheaded more people. I think this year alone, like, they were running ads. They need more executioners. You know, we're supplying them with tanks. And they are the source for one of the most extreme of Islam, which is Wahhabism, if anyone's not familiar with it. And like, you know, the whole pretext for going into Iraq, weapons of mass destruction in 9/11, and they were all Saudi, and Wahhabism Saudi. I mean, and we just, you know, we don't pay attention there. I don't know. So it's madness. And then, you know, and then aside from this crazy mentality that thinks that, you know, that we should be somehow immune from any kind of attack or anything when we participate in these wars, you know, that's crazy think. You know, like, we've done a great job of staying fairly safe, remaining fairly safe in our respective countries over these last 10 and some years. But I mean, but it's no guarantee, you know, there's no guarantee. And then, you know, and then ignoring the you know, like, we're all ignoring the big Saudi in the room, you know, and that's dangerous. And then, you know, and then the fucking sadness that, you know, like, I mean, what happened in Paris is horrible, but, you know, Beirut 2 days earlier, well, except for on RT, and I'm sure Al Jazeera covered it, right? But you know, Western media, not so much, you know. And excuse me, I mean, in Yemen's still going on. That's disaster. Palestine, disaster. You know, but of course, you know, when it's Paris, and then the sadness of just the worst being brought out in people as well too, right? It's like giving everyone a license to let their racist show. You know, careful.
Yeah.
Oops,
Yeah,
your racist is showing. You might want to tuck that in. You might want to pull that down.
Some of the most beautiful people in the world are Muslims.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like, you know, and you know, and just this, like, I can't even believe how we're gonna sit and broad brush the whole, like, Muslim. They might not even be practitioners of Islam, for God's sakes. I mean, Muslim does not, you know, automatically equate. Well, I guess I mean Muslim, but in terms of being Arabian, being from the Middle East, I mean, you know, just because you're from that area of the world does not automatically make you a Muslim. But I mean, but then if we're going to say numbers, oh, there's 6 million Muslims though, Andrew, aren't you afraid? They're everywhere. They're going to kill us all. And this is ridiculous because, I mean, like, Christ, like, we don't hate all Catholics because of their dirty priests. We don't hate all Judaic people because of extreme settlers and fanatics. We don't, like, you know, we don't sit and paint all Christians all crazy because of people like Koresh and Waco, fucking Jim Jones, you know. Well, and then, you know, like, on top of our whole serial killer problem we have with white people. You know, we don't say, oh my God, like, how many white people are there? Oh my God, they're all little fucking serial killers in waiting, and, you know, in there. And we don't, like, so what the fuck, guys? I mean, this is, you know, hate is hate, and that's certainly not So that's not cool. You know, it's not cool that something bad happens and, you know, you now feel justified to, you know, be all racist and bigoted and what have you. Like, I'm shocked by some of the things I'm seeing in terms of reactions from people in social media and stuff. Like, totally feel justified to flaunt their inner racist. You know, feel like it's a safe time to do so or something. I mean, I get anger. I totally get that. And, you know, like, I get it, in the sense of I understand where it's coming from, but fuck, man, it's surprising, right? I'm sure some of you guys have had some friends that have surprised you with some of their reactions to it, and how you're just like, whoa, where'd that go? Like, whoa, right? But anyways, so those were just some thoughts. It's something a little bit different. It's very political. Sorry if we've offended anyone, but we definitely wanted to express our condolences and our empathy and sympathy with all of the people all over the world who are suffering under terrorism, whatever form it presents itself. You know, whether it's once in blue moon type events like what we saw in Paris, or whether it's daily common occurrences where we become so desensitized that we don't even, you know, report about it in, you know, Western media, like Palestine.
All right, wrap it up.
And yeah, so that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. So yeah, so, you know, I hope everyone's had a great weekend, and solidarity to everyone fighting terrorism and living under terrorism, regardless of what shape or form or color that terrorism presents itself. Take care, everyone. Little TNA out.